why am I even playing this game? And I think we're going to see a good example of that right now. But utility, oh my gosh, the forward 3 and then actually punishing with the 1-1 teleport after whiffing the forward 3, already showing such a great knowledge of how this matchup can go at round start.
Now, utility, it's pretty much all top speed, right? No acceleration. We go big the moment the first round begins. But that is a pace that Merco's happy to match. But so far, utility kind of scoring first blood here. However, any kind of conversion, especially as utility does not have any defensive meter for breakaway, this could turn around quite quickly. Looking for the full screen game. Ooh, that jump in. Always ready for the back 2 just in case it gets blocked. That teleport cancel. The respect being shown, but already getting opened up. Instant jump in, but again, a funny height. Can't really capitalize on it just yet. Looking for the neutral jump game. Can't quite get the trip guard teleport, but the cancel still opens up an opportunity here for Merco.
Oh, okay. I think that is already starting off with a great level of knowledge of just how Merco plays as a player. We see so many flawless blocks coming out. So the fact that one of the first raw jump-ins was just an empty jump into grab is, I think, a player knowledge check.
Oh, yeah, that kind of block, release block. Merco was definitely looking for a flawless block there, but the meaty grab. Now, this is a part of Merco that I actually think has been vital to his development. You never used to see this many grabs from him. And I almost think that him going in with the Burning Spear buff has kind of made him start grabbing more, you know, post-ultimate. But it means that, hey, look, if he starts using the grab a lot and he's like, wait, people are not teching these grabs. They're scared to do it. He's just worked it into his game plan.
Well, honestly, another weird thing to talk about, right after a great combo, is that as you become scarier as a player, like 16%. More well-known, oh my gosh, ow.
What,
oh,
17?
Why did I do
it? 16. I don't know.
Oh, it's because the 2-1-2 crushing blow was still at a damage over time.
Yes. Thank you for saving me there.
I was trying to figure it out too. But yeah, I mean, as your name gets more well-known and people start respecting you just for knowing that you are Merco, you know, you are this player that's that scary, oftentimes people will go a lot less for the risky options of, for example, trying to neutral duck grabs or trying to down to crushing blow grabs. So honestly, I mean, it's such a weird thing to talk about, but sometimes your reputation is the start of the conditioning, and maybe that's been a case for Merco as he went from obviously a well-known Scorpion in the past to right now the player to look out for.
It kind of reminds me of when Foxy was really the first player in, I mean, obviously not only MK11, but MK11 who just relentlessly grabbed his opponents. And then there's reached that point where his kind of philosophy changed to going for a different layer of a mix-up, one that doesn't put you at risk of being down to crushing blowed. And when he started doing that, everyone just ate those mids for days because they are just so convinced he's always going to grab, and now all of a sudden he never does it. It's like the reverse almost of that. But a great game one here from Merco, which, to be honest, Chef, kind of went down the way I expected, where Utility got that first bit of momentum, got the ball rolling, but Merco kind of instantly shifted into that next gear, a gear that Utility was not able to match the pace of. And this is something that we've seen not only from, you know, Utility, but quite a few jackies that Merco goes up against because he's just so insanely good at the matchup.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Merco is that he just constantly makes his opponents play at his pace. And it's one of the greatest skills that you can have as a competitor, but he is just absolutely top tier at it. And you can see, like, the first match, it was a lot faster. It was a lot more aerial. Wow, went for it. But yeah, he was playing just a totally different game, and now you can tell Utility a little bit more scared to go on that offense, a little bit more scared to go in the air. Oh, and Merco with the down 2 read that didn't pay off.
Delayed down to, maybe expecting some kind of preemptive grab there from Utility. 1-1 stagger, giving Merco some kind of new opportunity. Empty jump back 3, scouting out either an anti-air or a flawless block. The double jump in, Merco, relentless, but he gets the jump and there's nothing Utility can do. I like the optimized combo ender as well from Merco, standing one spear just to put her in the corner. And this gives Merco screen advantage going into round 2.
Yeah, and such a smart choice to go for the standing 1 to spear, or maybe it was standing 2, but the lowest damage possible that you can possibly get to make sure the spear goes off and gets you that corner reset without actually accidentally killing them.
Going down.
Here we go, corner pressure coming out from Utility. Oh no, knocks Merco out of the corner actually. That's not too bad of a position, but the damage is already starting to add up. Covers, this is big damage, crushing blow. Oh, 500 before the damage over time, which I think is almost 100 damage over time. Although that does put Utility in a fatal blow territory.
But I'm liking the use of 2-1-2, just giving Scorpion a bit more advantage. Now, there were a few hits first. I don't think this is going to kill. But yeah, that 2-1-2 for Scorpion becomes so much better when you get Burning Spear, because it's one of the few strings that truly guarantees it. Now, Merco has to watch out for that goop. Yeah, he can't teleport. Oh! Oh, God, it's so hard to survive under those conditions. But the Fatal Blow's gone.
Yeah, the Fatal Blow is such an important tool for Jackie. I mean, she lands it almost every single set. Maybe not almost every single, but very, very often, the majority of sets at the very least. So that is nice to have that gone. However, 2-1-2 Crushing Blow is now gone for Merco. And that is one of the issues, is that really 4-3-4 is the only Crushing Blow that you can fish for to get rid of these puddles on the ground. And you only have one of those, and it's pretty important.
Whoa, the delayed 1-1 Merco. That was a pro gamer move right there.
Oh, and he went for max damage, spent both of his bars, but now one grab, one anything is all it's going to take. Oh, no, okay, wow, he still got the punish because the fireball was amplified. He actually got the teleport into cancel, into normal, rather than just letting the teleport go. But hey, whatever works, and we all know that Merco's reactions are some of the best around. And now he's going to go up 2-0 against Uvility. Uvility definitely holding their own, but it's, yeah, it's just so tough. Any single player, I'm telling you, it doesn't matter if it's K-top, it doesn't matter if it's insert top Jackie player here from any other region. I think Merco is always going to have the advantage. He's, in my opinion, kind of pioneered this matchup.
I mean, fun fact, production has done a really good job recently of building up a lot of stats, in-depth, nitty-gritty stats over some of the more successful characters in Open Series and what kind of... And this is just on broadcasts alone, and I think it's been gathered from the start of this year, if I recall, that one of the most successful characters at beating Jackie players in Open Series has actually been Scorpion. And I think Merco has almost single-handedly been the reason for that, because when he fights any Jackie, just seems to have this really screwed in understanding of how to fight it, and he's able to do a great job, clearly, as we can see here. But, you know, shout outs to production for giving us that insider information always. Fun fact, as you probably expect, Jackie has been the single most successful character in Open Series, probably because there's so many people using her, but also, you know, we've had players like K-Top doing really well, Mighty Unjust, obviously, Ice Scorpion, also a lot of representation for Jackie.
Oh yeah, but hey, there's a reason why. She's fun and she's quite good, but great standing for anti-air. The breakaway only going to prevent a little bit of damage on that combo, and actually goes for the full teleport. Oh no, look at this damage.
Micro dash down so one as well.
Oh, that's tough. But pressure starting for Uvility needs to make all of this count. Can't let Merco get a single opportunity. Easier said than done. Only going to get the small conversion. Oh, again, another small conversion, and the wake up jab is going to be it. Knows exactly what to do to get the perfect side switch. And we're moving to match point for Merco.
Uvility needs to try and shift into the next gear himself, because right now having a hard time doing it. Every time there's a leap. One big thing is that string right there with the many hits attached to it. Merco has been eating that a lot, but there's just not been any meter for Uvility to capitalize or get anything from it. Now there's that 2-1-2. Damage over time, burning spear buff, and now meaty grab. Here comes the damage.
Oh, but this is another opportunity for damage here, keeping it super unbreakable so much of the time. Yeah, a break right there would have been a gigantic waste. Merco realizing that, not spending his defensive bar, but using his own tool to get out of the corner. It's so hard to keep either of these characters cornered as long as they have some meter. Oh, but here we go. Big pickup. Oh, no.
No pickup.
More for that.
There was a lot more damage where that came from.
Oh, weird conversion.
Merco.
That was cool, though.
No amp on that one, though. I wonder if that was just a little bit of doubt, perhaps.
Maybe. I mean, he has the meter. Maybe he was trying to cancel it. It didn't, but that's going to be it. Keeping it 100% unbreakable. Oh, yeah.
The second we see the double spears, you already know what's happened. Kind of turn my nose up at a lot of players that try and like show off and mercy in tournament, but it's like they've got 100% life. It's like, well, yeah, who cares? But if you mercy someone when it's actually high stakes, that's where I'm like, oh, okay, I see you.
Yeah, but he's actually, I mean, it's weird to say, but he's got such strong skill at knowing how to close out Mercy rounds. But right now, you know, I mean, to get a Mercy, you have to win the game, and that is not looking easy right now. Merco taking a pretty strong lead.
For now. But as we go into the next opportunity now to land anything. Ooh. forward 3. It recovers a lot quicker than you might expect. I was half expecting Lord Corridor to try and whip punish it, but you don't want to get counter hit by that forward 3-4.
Yeah, the forward 3. Oh wow, big risk right there. Not going for a cancel, just making the hard raise. There was not going to be any block, and you can see how fast this damage can add up. Goes for the fatal blow cancel just to threaten that grab crushing blow, but it's not going to matter. This should be guaranteed. And the side switch on top, knowing the exact amount of damage he needs. Merco is so optimal. I love seeing players play this optimal. Oh,
Trip guarding forward 1. Counter hit though. I think Merco might have tried to press buttons afterwards. Wasn't punished right there. Close to it. Oh, the immediate catch. I'd say buffer, but we do sometimes see Joker players from that distance just use Kapow anyway.
Yeah, and I don't think there's a really strong way for max range Kapow to be punished by Scorpion. I think back 2 doesn't punish, and back 1 can punish, but I think it has to be really kind of close. Uh-oh. Yeah, corner. Oh, but a great duck on the grab. There have been so few grabs, but Lockwater made the right read. And I don't think this is quite enough, but corner positioning and just down to nearly chip. Oh, but I might have spoken too soon. We're talking about how one read is all it takes sometimes.
The tech into the mix. So hard to decide what to do next. Forward 3. That's gonna be enough damage. Had a chance for Lord Corridor to now equalize 1 round apiece. This is nice and close as I was expecting it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Merco's been on a dominant run, but somebody's gonna have to end it eventually. I don't know if it's gonna be Lord Corridor. Beautiful with punish. Keeping it as unbreakable as possible. Assumed a breakaway even at the end right there. Just going for the down 2. It is going to be a lot of damage, of course. Oh, and
that throw tech was so meaty.
Alright, early breakaway.
Oh, the wake up down 2 attempt.
What a conversion, though. Landing the weird crossover jump kick. Oh, no. This is a lot of damage. No defensive bar.
That throw tech was so important. Pretty sure that was a forward throw. Fatal blow was still on cooldown at the time, Chef.
It is so hard to throw Merco. It is incredibly hard. One of the best, but that might be enough. There's defense bars going to be built, but it might be a little bit too slow. Oh, he's got a little bit of life. Oh, Lens Ascending too. And the chip and Lord Corridor.
There's no way.
Oh, wait.
There's no way Lord Corridor's doing that. There's no way he's going to mercy that.
Yeah, that would have nearly been basically guaranteed chip loss himself right there. Like, just like teleport to on anything really would have been it. So yeah, we definitely kind of predicted there was a chance that we weren't going to see as many mercies against Merco, which is understandable. But I mean, the fact that he managed to take game 1 alone is a really good sign, right? Like, I feel like that's almost a statement enough itself.
But it was a great game 1. It's unfortunate for Merco that right as he hit that standing 2, which I think must have just been a stagger attempt, that was the one that hit. So if he just committed to that string, obviously we can sit here with hindsight and be like, oh, if you let the string rock, you would have won. But when you're building in that offense and you're doing a single button stagger and it hits, you kind of just need to accept that it is what it is. You know, you can't, not every hit is going to land, and you can't prepare for every single hit, especially if it's a single button. But Lord Corridor bringing it forward. The Joker, his fatal blow always for me being the best in the game, because there's just the element of having that cancelable option with the crushing blow. He's very much rewarded for losing. You know, he's rewarded for, because he is. I mean, I don't mean that to sound disrespectful. Yeah. It's just that it is by design that when the Joker gets into fatal blow territory, he is rewarded by the best comeback mechanic in the whole game, as far as I'm concerned, especially with Kapow.
Yeah, I mean, I would argue, especially now that in Ultimate, I mean, Johnny Cage is a little bit closer now that every variation will always have sunglasses, but both of them, same idea, right? You get a crushing blow on top of the ability to make an even bigger comeback without having to spend your your fatal blow. But here we go. Speaking of crushing blows, big damage, almost 400, gonna get the corner again and even up that life, but no conversion from Lord Corridor. Weird drop right there, uncharacteristic.
Empty jump down 3, but still Lord Corridor prepared for it. That's normally the kind of button that you always expect someone to get. Wake up, flawless block. Clean!
And that was such a late jump kick, too. That was super deep in a way that you don't normally see in this game, just because it was a weird crossover in the corner. But Lord Corridor, you know, getting rid of the Fatal Blow is actually a pretty big deal for the rest of the set. Definitely wanted that guaranteed kill, so fully understandable. Definitely not saying it's a bad call, but you know, just gotta look at how it's gonna affect things in the future. No more throw KB, like you were just talking about.
Wow, pressing out of the 2-1 plus frames actually. Lower corridor. Establishing a situation where Merco's gonna have to pay close attention to that kind of situation. Oh, he's ready for the teleport, Merco. A bit too obvious with that one. Putting us straight back in the corner as well. Oh, the delayed forward one.
Oh, that was such a weird wake-up situation. He was like standing in his body. That was very Injustice 1-esque, but managed to get another hit. That's 3 big combos in a row, essentially. And now just one more, and Lock Order could go up 2-0, but Roy has to spend his defensive bar. Oh, this is so scary. One more hit from either side. That's gonna be so much chip. Oh my gosh, look at that chip.
The dash in.
Oh no,
Merco, he's done.
Oh no, I mean, you know, hey, speaking of Injustice, that's a very Injustice-like move. Shooting a lot of gunshots all together and doing a ton of chip, but...
All we're missing is the...
Oh gosh, I don't want to think about it. But wow, 2-0 for Law Corridor. I don't think I expected this to go nearly this one-sided. I thought at the very minimum we were going to see it go to like a very late game back and forth, but Law Corridor just seems like he's got control here. Every single time that defensive bar is gone, he's found so many openings in a row, which is so rare to see against Merco, who's usually just the most patient player of all time.
There's, I think, excuse me, there's a side of Law Corridor playing in this style that I almost feel like there's a mental game here on his own side. I don't even mean his opponent. I mean, going into this tournament, this, if I recall, is the first tournament since Law Corridor has said, I want to go back to the Law Corridor of old, you know. But it almost feels like it pumps him up. It almost feels like it motivates him. There's an intensity that he brings forward today that I haven't seen from his Joker in a fair few weeks. And I almost think that maybe that is a big part of it for him, that not having that attitude towards tournaments before almost made him too comfortable, whereas now he's like bringing that absolute intensity once again. And here we are with a crispy whiff punish. His flawless blocks have been on point, his reactions have been top notch. Like, this is the Law Corridor that we used to see all the time.
Yeah, it's like he took off the training weights of not being a jerk sometimes.
Yeah.
But, I mean, hey, you know what? Honestly, though, it's true. You know, like, if you play your own style, it makes you more comfortable. And we've seen Law Corridor win multiple open series before, including ones where he's gone Mercies the entire time. So maybe that's just how he feels the most comfortable. And right now, it's certainly looking like it. Merco just needs, just one hit away, and Law Corridor one round away from 3-0ing Merco. Unexpected.
One hell of a result it would be if he can pull it off. And we haven't even pointed out the fact that Merco has done often what he's done in the past. He's down convincingly in games, and he swaps out to the Searing Rage variation, which, to be fair, he hasn't had a chance to do anything with so far because there's been no close range game to be had. Law Corridor has been the one in control. Now, wait a minute. Keeps the standing situation. Oh, the pushback of that Kapow, so good.
Oh yeah, one of the reasons why we see it so often is that sometimes it's even just a great option on block, but on hit, of course, it's great too. Spent the bar. That was actually a huge drop. That was going to be so much damage. And now Merco's the one cashing out from this. All right, getting the buff.
Do not get hit. Not at this life. Oh, expecting a stagger.
And that's going to be chip even, no matter what right there. You were pretty much in an unwinnable situation. That's another big bonus of the Searing Rage variation. And so far, it's looking like a pretty good pick here. Oh no, I say that as immediately he can't cancel a teleport. Doesn't get fully punished though, surprisingly. And has to break away there, otherwise that's going to be so much damage. But Merco now playing a little bit more of a patient game, knowing that he's kind of got a little bit more control, at least of the meter. And that's a big cash out.
Been a great start for Merco so far. That forward 3-4 not going to be as punishing to interrupt now that KB's been taken away. However, Law Corridor with less than half of his life left, it's still going to be no easy comeback to make, even with the fatal blow. Oh, there's one of the first up twos from Flawless Block that we've seen so far. So much damage.
Oh yeah, having that spear buff, managing to keep it completely unbreakable. Merco just looking so in control here. This is getting close to a guaranteed chip situation. It isn't going to come into play. Wanted to get some chip. Knew that he wouldn't get punished all that hard for it anyway. But just got the win instead. And so the switch to Searing Rage, that might be the call. And it's not the first time that we've seen it really come into play at the end of a set. But I think the damage, being able to equal up that Joker damage, especially one that's using the highest damage Joker variation possible. You know, either going to get Unbreakable from the low gunshots or going to get the launching damage from Kapow. So being able to equal up that damage is so important, and it really came into play there.
But I like that we have really just continued to see this development of Merco and the Scorpion, because if there's a matchup where your cancelable teleport isn't doing anything, the solution is to not use it, and then you go for other pieces of utility. In this case, Merco, the teleport still exists. You've still got the spear buff, which has been great for him, but now the existence of the extra strings, which gives him better offense for staggers alone. But the damage, the chip, the combo potential, and the extensions that you now get, and it has historically worked really well for Merco, being able to do this. But I've always wondered, what is it that makes him decide that Searing Rage, like, is it the teleport just isn't doing anything? He rarely uses it first. It's always when his back's against the wall and he has to make a comeback, but comebacks he can make with it.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I think it just must have to do with the fact that the teleport hasn't worked out. I mean, even really early in the set, wow, big pickup, weird pickup right there, but that's a lot of damage for just the end of that string. But yeah, the fact that early in the set, we saw that immediate punish with the 2-1 on the teleport cancel that led to so much damage. And yeah, he just really wasn't getting all that much out of it. But now it's still going to be a really tough road. Of course, it's going to have to be a 3-0 comeback here. And already looking going to be very hard to do, getting a bunch of damage. He's got a chance. It's going to be a forward grab. Yep, so he's still in the corner.
Always fishing for that range spear, just on the off chance. Breaker. Just at the right time, Chef. The nick of time. Oh, no.
That's it for sure. And a great side switch. Yeah, that is, of course, one of the toughest situations. Having to guess after that, plus unblock, it's going to be a crushing blow throw forward or a mid or really whatever else you want. So you just really have to guess. And so Law Quarter on match point. Okay, weird AA, but hey, we take those. Oh my gosh, these teleports as whiff punishes are so good. Merco's reactions are just incomparable to other players. I don't even understand how he does it.
The jumping, just in case. Goes in for the reversal grab. A grab, something that Merco has not been able to do much in this series whatsoever. This could be a bit of a last stand in winners. Oh, there's the catch though, as Lord Corridor gets even more damage on deck. Down 2 to end it. Give us that big chunk of damage. Forward 3 staggers. Escape failed. He gave it a good go, but wait a minute. We're getting within 30% health territory. That means the crushing blow side switch will kill. Might not even need it at this point, Chef.
Oh, he's gonna go for another mix-up. What a big read, no punish. Oh, that's unbelievable. Okay, there's still a huge chance here. This is really just one hit away on either side. The fact that Merco's giving space right now means the Fatal Blow might come back. Oh, no, and the down 2 unavoidable. And that is going to be Law Quarter. All right, there's a chance to Mercy. I'm not gonna say anything yet.
No against Merco, I don't think.
I don't think so either. Yeah, he's going to go for the latest Fatal Blow possible. So yeah, that means that Law Corridor 3-1 against Merco. And that means that the 2 players, so there have only been 2 players that have won tournaments in the Open Series for Europe over the past 6 tournaments. And it's been K-Top and Merco, both of them going down into the lower bracket in the semifinals here, but it very much could, as we are going to see the classic matchup of their mains. Let's see how it goes.
And the immediate challenge on the stagger. That is 2 players that know each other. That kind of instant down 2, I think if that was Combat League or something, would all be really mad, being like, wow, what a scrub. But the reality is, you fight Merco, you know he's going to instantly start staggering those buttons. So a down 2 challenge off the bat in round 1, that's a smart choice. Ooh, not quite punished though.
Oh, look at that. All right, big combo, gonna side switch for sure. That was actually a lot of damage, even off of just an up 2. Oh, I didn't see that was a counter hit. That's big. That might actually be it. with the okay, wow, with the final hit of that's really unfortunate. In fact, that could come back to be a nightmare. The throw gets a hit. Merco just needs one more strong conversion. He's got the fatal blow that we rarely see, but if he can confirm into it, which he won't get a chance, that could have been it. But the side switch actually at the end, pretty positive thing here for K-Top.
The instant air to air, but it will be a trade. That trade favoring K-Top, but not before he's caught by a back two anyway. Bit of a combo drop there from Merco. Unfortunate. However, still keeps that momentum, it seems. That forward throw knocks down, and again, doesn't want to overcommit. You don't want to do a forward 3-4 in the corner, and then they just wake up roll right through it.
Oh yeah, I mean, 4-3-4 in the corner is so good, but it also is the spot where it's most vulnerable to wake up roll. It's just, you gotta make the right read, and you gotta make sure that you are locking them down enough to block. Wow, gets the teleport, but not amplified. Weird call there. K-Top doesn't have a chance. Oh, there we go. Great conversion. Neither of these players letting their potential win slip away. They're guaranteeing those. Another flawless block.
Took the words right out of my mouth, or maybe I did it. Who knows?
Well, I mean, it's just so true, right? It's just, I mean, it's one of the reasons why Merco is so good at these airborne matchups is that he's one of the best, I would easily say, in the world at flawless walking out of the air. Of course, right there, he didn't go for it, as I was saying. It just proved me wrong. But he's got such a life lead, he probably doesn't need to play it as unsafe. As I say, he's also playing unsafe. Everything I'm saying is going wrong. Another teleport.
I mean, surely there's no chance that both of them were meant to be regular. Oh God, Merco threw it away. I don't know what was happening at the end of that round, but it fell through his fingers that entire game. He was playing so well, and then, oof. 1%
okay, so he's
left.
still alive. But the damage over time, yeah. I think it needed to be a teleport cancel maybe there into like 4-3-4 was maybe the only chance of living. But I actually, you know, maybe the 4-3-4 was already used. So I don't know. That was a tough situation. And yeah, I don't know what happened. That's so uncharacteristic of Merco to see how that went down. That was so weird. Like, were they supposed to be teleport cancels? Were those supposed to be teleport amplifies? Why so many raw teleports all in a row? And I mean, we didn't even see any teleport cancels. So at that point, why not just go for Searing Rage, right? I don't know. That was a very, very weird game. I mean, it was looking good until that final round, and then it just, I don't know what happened.
I mean, it was two regular teleports that weren't cancelled. And then it was, yeah, it was. I just wanted to look at his variation and be like, was that the variation? Like, because it was. The Heat Riser that he has is the cancel variation.
I had to check too. I was curious. I was like, wait a minute.
The giveaway is the MK9 Scorpion as well. But yeah, two regular teleports, and then afterwards, just a short hop 3. Like, I don't know. Was that a messed up flawless block or something weird? Whatever it was not clean, and it got him swiftly punished by K-Top, who was happy to capitalize. But game 1 now, and hopefully a wake-up call for Merco off the back of that.
Yeah, that, I mean, it's weird, but hey, at this point, you just gotta ignore it, right? You just gotta move on and just pretend it never happened, basically. Which is, I mean, honestly, it's a weird thing to say where you're just like, oh yeah, just ignore it, but it's a huge part of getting past those tough situations. And here we go, big combo. We've seen a lot more conversions with Grease Kick recently from K-Top, and I'm curious as to why, but hey, it works out. Maybe it's just when he finds situations where there's no defensive bar, does more? Not sure.
Another one of those meaties just in case, with the side switching throw from K-Top opens up an opportunity here. Flawless block is so good though, and Merco, a bar left in the tank, side switch into round end, happy to take it, but the use of flawless blocks always been surgical for Merco, and the leap having the extra frames of flawless blockable window introduced an ultimate always can help.
Yeah, although, you know, I almost feel like he doesn't need the help of all players, right? Like, he would have gotten it anyway. Oh, another 4-3-4. That one's going to be full combo. No, he didn't have any bar, actually. Just barely built it after that. But still, it's a ton of damage, and he's probably not going to need a whole lot more than that, as that is going to be flawless? No, he took like one hit of chip. 3 damage away. But yeah, okay, after such a weird round to end the very first game, Merco clearly did say, okay, forget it, whatever, that didn't happen, time to turn on normal Merco mode, and he did, very clearly.
That's the kind of round where like you'll be sitting there playing, and then the second the round like goes that way where like 3 crazy mistakes happen, you kind of go, And you kind of sit up and you kind of straighten out, and it's like a refresh, like a whoo. We just dust it off, and go straight into the next line. You know what I'm talking about. I'm sure everyone knows what I'm talking about. We've all been there. We have to kind of lean forward in your chair a little bit, you know.
You're like, whoa, what just happened? Okay, wake up. You know, you gotta do the self-face slap and stuff like that. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
But Merco, clearly, whatever he did worked. That was such a dominant game immediately after that. And he did choose not to switch variations, even though the weird teleport cancel stuff wasn't really working out. So he clearly wants to use this. I think there's a chance that if we do see him go down to the final pick, then he maybe will switch to Searing Rage. But if he doesn't need it, then he doesn't need it. He's going back in with the teleport cancels, and a great start off back two into the leaf, making the hard callouts. And we've seen so far a lot of really hard callouts at round start from these players. But I mean, you know, I'm surprised. This is like the one time you didn't bring up the fact that both of these players used to be such a classic grand finals in the MKX Pro League.
Yeah, I've been talking. I've mentioned it so many times.
I know.
Because it's a classic tale. The original, I want to say rivalry, but they were good friends. Absolutely, there was no bad blood by any means, but just great to see them both grow competitively. You know what I mean? However, there's the side switch. No side switch here. Just another meter spent into the restand. Into whatever comes next. K-Top looking for an opening now for Fatal Blow. Oof!
Oh, that might have been a wake-up dash punch punish, actually, but I don't think that either of them expected that to whiff until it was a little bit too late to get that punish. And look at this patience. This classic Merco finding the perfect time to swing. Beautiful. But what I was going to say was that...
20 seconds and find the one time to press a button, it worked.
I know, it was jab, too. But what I was going to say is, like, yeah, these players, you know, not only have they fought each other so much in this game, but they've been playing each other in high-stakes matches for... I want to say that came out in 2015, right? So 6 years. And so they clearly have an idea how the other one wants to play. So that's probably why we're seeing so many hard reads and so many hard callouts.
Oh, absolutely. These are two players more than familiar. And that's where you start to see sometimes the weird stuff. Oh, instant jump kick that the teleport was cancelled into straight away. I talk about the weird stuff. Expecting a button press off the 2-1+ frames. Not quite, though. Instant jump anti. Yeah, you can tell this guy played Injustice too. There's the Fatal Blow confirm as well. And that's going to create something. Anything.
Yeah, gonna get a lot of damage off of that. And if there was maybe that breakaway, I don't even know if it was defensive bar. But oh, what that was!
Yes!
Oh my gosh, yeah, we're talking about hard reads, hard callouts. That was a huge one. That was two huge ones in a row. But that was all the damage that K-Top needed to make that comeback. I mean, that was a very MK11 type round right there. But of course, all these resources being spent out before the final round is a huge deal. And now there's, you know, no Fatal Blow, no Dash Punch Crushing Blow, which is a huge one that K-Top loves to combo into, so it's going to have a harder time evening up this damage.
Empty jump down 3, that kind of cheeky maneuver. The pickup as well, there's no breaker here for K-Top. 2-1-2 spear buff, yes please. No, he doesn't even want to risk it.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. Definitely had some other whiff punish setup in mind. Maybe, you know, honestly, doesn't need the spear buff, right? That's why he didn't do it, because it's going to be 1 health guaranteed for K-Top anyway.
That is true. That is true. Yeah. The damage over time. I'm so used to ignoring damage over time with Scorpion because it is not very important, but in that situation when K-Top has almost nothing left, in that one instance, that's where it's like, okay, well, maybe I don't need all damage all the way through. But a nice turnaround again from Merco here, Chef. We could see a 3-1 at this rate.
Yeah, definitely. I think that whatever happened, again, in the first game, Merco pushed through it, found that answer, and this is something that we do see quite often from Merco, right? Like, Merco's adaptation is one of the best. We'll see games where people will take the first game against Merco, but then immediately it looks like there wasn't even a first game, right? It looks like it's a totally different player coming from Merco. Like, he'll either be more patient, or he'll suddenly get a perfect read on all the options defensively, and you're like, what happened? I just beat that guy. But it's just one of those players where he just hones in on exactly what your strategy is for that game, and he locks on. You know, the old term of downloading is like so perfect for Merco, in my opinion.
Because his ability to download you is like shockingly fast. It can be a matter of round 1, and that can sometimes be all he needs to understand how to approach things, and that is not easy. Some players take an entire series to adapt. It really depends on the person, but Merco, everything about him is fast, rapid, That's how I describe his game plan. Rapid. Oh, but those are... Oh, three overheads.
This is definitely one of the weirdest matches that I've seen between both of these players, honestly. With, you know, with either of them involved, but you can tell just once they get to playing each other, all beautiful 4-3 into teleport with punish. Knew that was gonna hit, and look at that damage, almost 400. Oh, weird. Couldn't get the full pickup. Could have maybe got the ender, but 4-3-1 by itself is gonna get better.
Oh, he's blocking those now, Chef.
Yes, 4th time's the charm, I guess, or you know, fully 4 times. Shame on me.
No! Drop! Merco! But he's not punished. That could have been the end of the round. Drops the button into Fatal Blow that might even have done it. Oh, wake up Fatal Blow from K-Top! Oh! Ooh. Bit of an ugly round end there. Merco with the combo drop, K-Top with the drop punish, and then the wake up Fatal Blow that got completely stuffed.
Yeah, ugly is definitely the word for it, but you know, that happens often. Once it gets into that moment where neither player is in a comfortable timing position or spacing position, then it's just, oh, you know, no holds barred, really. But here we go, corner positioning now from Merco, and yeah, we do see him throw out that 4-3-4 more in the corner. Very, very hard to punish, even with a flawless block. Often you can't, but there's the crushing blow, 400 damage almost. 370, I guess, not quite there.
The counter hit is real and no opportunity for K-Top to challenge the damage. This one's just gonna hurt.
Oh,
40%.
that actually was like 400 damage into damage over time. And look at that, it's adding up. Merco on match point still just needs to land one more hit. Fatal Blow available though. No!
Mistake!
Another big drop. Yeah, weird game. I mean, the first game was weird, the last game was weird, but overall, Merco with the adaptation is going to get that 3-0 sweep.
Super, super strong. +5 into whatever you want to do next, basically. But if the corner is the objective, then obviously we need to get you there in the first place, which is easier said than done against the likes of Merco. But now, instant anti-air.
Yeah, the standing one anti-air. I don't think we've seen that much today. And also the immediate 4-3-4 crushing blow. No defensive bar, so this is going to be a pretty big catch out. Goes to the restand, blocks the overhead. Overhead is usually the option we see him go to after that, but it is safe, so might as well. Oh yeah, and you know, I was talking about how we can see these players play defensively. Merco doesn't quite have enough of a life lead. In fact, I think he actually lost the life lead off those last few hits. So he's still going to be able to play patiently, but not 100%. I like the fact that he's using that space to get the sphere buff, which should help him a lot as far as damage, even if there's a breakaway, which of course there wasn't until, wow, that was actually really late. He just built the defensive bar back, but I don't know if it's worth it at that point.
And that 2-1 was always going to be a scary position to be in. The spear buff is activated. You've got 15% health left. You're now -2 because Scorpion being +2. You had to do a hard guess to make there because a spear buff grab would have killed you. Button confirm would have killed you.
This Merco, just playing so patiently, finding his moments. Trying to go for that back one with punish was a little bit too far out even for his own normal.
Ooh. Those minus frames should force yet another grab. This is still Merco we're talking about. Empty jump grab. We're starting to reach that layer. Empty jump down 3, something that he does very commonly here. Not even mentioning jump 3, teleport cancel. The jump game alone of Merco, hard to deal with, I think. Uh-oh. Ouch. 30%.
Ooh, yeah, definitely wants to cash out now and gets the spear buff off of it, which is even more damage potentially. So really, any small hit here could be hit, even with breakaway available.
It's always going to be good news if you can flawless block that first hit, but he's opened up on a 2-1-2. Walk up grab. The grab game much more devastating in the corner. Nowhere to send your full screen when your back's to the wall. Gets the perfect call out, but he drops the combo. Oh, that's a hard pickup, but that's a shame. A shame, Wonder Chef.
That is such a shame. I mean, that right there was just a test on execution that was going to be so difficult. You know, it wasn't perfectly in the corner. He had to slightly micro dash or slightly micro walk or something.
I kind of
to get
thought he was
going
to back one, because normally in that situation, and I'm not sitting here saying he did the wrong combo, because if the 1-1 works in that situation, that's why he went for it, right? So I'm not saying he went for the wrong one. But normally, when you're like not perfectly point blank, that's like where the back one comes out, and he had other options there. You know, he had the launching telly, he had didn't even really need it, I don't think, at that point, because Merco was so weak. But it's a shame that the combo option he went for didn't quite work out, but there were many things he could have done there, I think.
Yeah, and that was a make or break situation. And I mean, the fact that he went for 1-1, I don't know exactly what you can do there, but I feel like maybe even like down 4 or something like that, just into another hit, because Merco was not particularly at high life. Just would have been a little bit of a safer option, because the one he chose, not only, I mean, it was definitely going to kill on hit, but he lost by whiffing it and getting punished on wake up, which is really unfortunate, and sometimes it happens. But again, you just got to move past it. It was a close game. Merco, though, taking game 1.
That back one just matters so much in these kind of matchups. That super fast mid, I think it's 9 frames if I recall.
Oh, there's the full 1-1-2 string.
I like that though, every single time, because this is now opening up a next layer of the mind game where when we start to see Merco put himself not punishable but slightly minus, I think we might start seeing the up 2. The flawless block attempts to challenge that inevitable back 1, but even then, sometimes the slide comes out so quickly that back 1 slide will trade for the flawless block attack, and that's just an entirely different kettle of fish.
Oh yeah, that puts you into a really bad situation, because you are getting knocked down then with no defensive bar. But here we go, big combo, late breakaway again. So Frazier breaking a little bit late in these combos and leaving himself in tough knockdown positions, especially the fact that he's cornered. Now he's got to guess a lot. Oh, blocks the overhead, and he's going to get a lot of damage off of this. Breakaway immediately.
Oh, and he'll win the round on the back of it. That instant breakaway, that's where things are always... It's a scary situation, because then, yeah, that's where the back 2 becomes a threat, but in that position, Frazier would have just had to make a hard guess on when it's going to be, but there's no option to break here. Full damage coming out from Merco, who spends the 2-1-2. Damage over time, 40%, spear buff, and now it's party time.
I mean, that was the party, really. This is the after party, but, you know, good defensive options from Frazier, not getting overwhelmed while this buff is on. In fact, he's going to run out free, gets even a single hit. That's weird. Usually we see a throw with punish with a down 2, but we just saw a down 2 with punish with a throw. Ooh, just the raw back to 1. Of course, the stagger game's going to come out from Merco. But these back 3s have been hitting a lot. So hard to react to, and yep, there it is again. I like that he went for the forward 4. It was a delayed wake up through, I guess you could say, but he's mixing up the overhead lows once he's starting to get him a little bit overwhelmed. All right, this throw is going to put Frazier in fatal blow territory, so he just needs 1 hit. Oh no, he went for the down 2. Oh, but the grab's going to do it. Yeah, that was a pretty tough read right there. If there was a breakaway, then the down 2, of course, was the best call, but the fact that there wasn't meant the down 2 didn't quite close it out. Of course, Frazier playing it clutch.
Off the back of that breakaway, there was no way he was going to be able to time a meaty, so the down 1 challenge, definitely a good call out, but now big damage incoming. Frazier just needs to keep things nice and guaranteed. At this point, we don't want to overcomplicate. We just need to get that game win, being able to equalize and put something on the board here.
Oh, just goes for the cancel off the low. I like he's starting to mix in the low more, now that he started hitting the overhead a lot more. Gets the 16.5%.
Back-to-back escape failed. Oh, not that it matters because we cashed out already.
That was a lot of damage off of just 2 grabs. Grappler Scorpion, and another grab. Oh, he's pulling it all out at the end, knowing that he's...
Yo, Frazier!
...to grab.
Oh, active frames! The active frames! That must have been on like the last possible active frame of that up 2 for it to connect, and it's going to do so much damage now. Merco not able to clutch out that round.
Oh, and this position
is so active, Chef.
This position is so scary. Oh, he might be able to teleport punish those spears if there's another whiff. Maybe not, though. That's a really scary timing. Oh, throws a projectile to cancel, knowing he's not going to punish, but the down 2, or sorry, the down 1 to interrupt the gap between down 4 and slide. Great call at the end. Yeah, that looked like that could have very potentially been a turnaround. That up 2 into the full combo, that up 2 hit like a down 2 that you could combo off of. That's the only way I can put that, right? Like, it was like, oh, like just the very tip in the back. Yeah, I don't know. It was a good conversion, though.
I'm not used to seeing them be that active. I know you're never really in that situation to even see that, but the fact that he was able to capitalize and pick up, and then Merco having the call out at the end, the second he saw that spirit ball, he was so close to the spirit ball actually hitting him as well, so that could have been much worse than it was. But in the closing moments. Button into slide. Regular button into slide, there's a reason it's not used much, because there is a gap. You can interrupt. In some instances, you can full combo him, but in that instance, all you needed was a down one. Scorpion with one of the best down ones out there. It's going to work out.
Yeah, and I mean, it's so tough to be ready for something like that in such a clutch closing position like Merco was in, right? Like, that was already a bit of a scramble, and it was just one hit for death for anybody, so to be so ready for that exactly, great to see. But it looks like we're going to be sticking with the same variation, going in with Frazier. He's going to have to win 3 straight to make this comeback, but it's possible.
This is just an opportunity to try and score some revenge, right? Both of these players have fallen to low corridor. Actually, Frazier going for that down 2 just for the guaranteed damage. On the off chance that Merco did use a break, but in this case, holding on to his defensive meter, using it to cancel, but immediately clipped. Yo, we get the forward 2-2. That is no easy combo. Not as easy as it looks, the 2-on-2 into the forward 2-2.
Yeah, but the damage is so rewarding if you do manage to land it. However, the grabs coming out again to, Merco realizing that Frazier not really attacking a ton of grabs. Oh,
is he
no.
Dead?
I think so.
He has the spear buff. Oh, he's dead. He is so dead.
Oh, man, look at that. All together for about 500 damage. And that was looking so good for Sir Frazier, but that has to be so demoralizing. Cashing out perfectly. And now, and getting the first grab too. Didn't have the crushing blow available.
Match point for Merco exists. You know, these back-to-back down ones as well. He's trying to stop the teleport game. Oh, lets it go. What is going on here?
Raw. I mean, I don't think he had. Oh no, that is gonna basically be it. What a weird final round again, but Merco 3-0 over Swift Frazier. That was a lot of weird stuff, but really it just seemed like the way that he managed to clutch out that first round with such a gigantic comeback combo.
It's gonna be even more of it. Yo, 52%. This is pretty even Stevens, Jeff.
That is, but you know, I think even the fact that we have it looking even, and the fact that one of these players is in the, does have to reset the bracket and then win, shows that there is overall a lot of confidence in Merco, which, of course, in the Open Series, for whatever reason, lower bracket in Grand Finals means almost nothing. It feels like it might as well just not exist because we've seen so many resets. But I think that the fact that, again, Merco is technically winning, even if it's only by 2%, says a whole lot. But carrying that momentum from the lower bracket is gonna be so big. And I do agree with you. I do think that there has never been anybody in the European region that has won 4 in a row. I think even 3 in a row has maybe never happened, but at the very least has only happened maybe 1 or 2 times before. So Merco already on a pretty heavy streak.
Tall for him when they fought in winners, which was 3-1, remember.
Yeah, and it's so funny, you really wouldn't think that having a projectile option against Scorpion would be a key tool, but the fact is, you don't even really need to use it as a projectile option. You just think of it as a really high damage special, or one that can do a ton of chip, and it's suddenly a very, very different move, and that's a lot how we see Lockporter use it. But Lockporter already out of defensive bar. Both of these players not able to break away if one can land a solid hit. However, it's just these small, tiny hits that are adding up for Merco here. Oh, wow, that Kapow just barely whiffed, and a raw back, too. I'm surprised that Lockporter was ready to punish that. Usually, there's going to be at least something off the back, too. Now coming out again on block. Oh, look at this. Look how perfectly it spaces. And then Lockporter always ready to get that whiff punish after the fact. But Merco knows he's in the situation.
Confirm time. And there's no breaker for Merco whatsoever, so this is going to hurt a lot. Over half of that damage is gone. Oh,
what good patience right there. He walked up and did the delayed forward 4 that catches so many people, but not today. Oh, flawless block to standing too. That was just a safe flawless block. Oh, but this is so scary. They're both in grab death range, but the conversion so good. There was only 5 seconds left, well, 6 seconds left in that round. But Merco managed to close it out at the very last minute. Always hitting those jump kick into the spears, which is not easy, actually. You have to hit a very specifically heighted jump kick. Oh, not quite the crushing blow, just barely too close for that, but still, you know, Spear's still going to start a combo.
Immediate throw tech. Core. Oh, and he's still able to pick it up. Benefit quite a few of those strings that you would normally use in that situation when the opponent's airborne. It's kind of hard to pick that up fully, but able to still get an impressive amount of damage. Yo, throw him out of his button. Was that a down 4 or something?
I don't know. We used to see that so much more often, the grabs out of all the down pokes, but after the changes, it's so much more rare. But his down 4 is a little bit weird, so I could see it. Yeah, but I think we saw him throw it out again.
That's one thing that Merco has consistently done recently. He's been down 1, challenging the plus frames a fatal blow. But I do respect it. Oh, and another down 4. Off to a good start. Now, you know what I said before we started this grand finals, Merco, when he's feeling the heat of the loser's bracket and the fact that your first tournament life is gone. I guess while we finish this first game, I'll just, on the off chance that someone here, you know, maybe you haven't watched a double elimination tournament before, maybe this is your first time, the comfort zone of winner's bracket only belongs to you if you haven't lost a set. So the way this is working is that Law Corridor being on winner's side, if he wins this 3 out of 5, that's it. He's won the tournament. If Merco wins this 3 out of 5, he resets the bracket and we go for another one. So going into this grand finals on the loser's side, you've got no lifeline. So you have to give it your absolute 200% or you're out. And I think Merco's the perfect kind of player that is able to use that opportunity and go, right, that's it. Guess we've got to play perfect then. And he'll just go and do just that. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, playing 200% was a very accurate number, I think, to choose, because you have to play 100% in the lower bracket, and then you have to play 100% post-reset. So, yeah, 200% is totally correct. But that's a great way to start it off, right? And oftentimes we do see that the player that's coming up from the lower bracket does kind of start off strong just because they did just win a bunch of matches in a row, and the person who's waiting grand finals has been waiting for a few minutes just watching the matches. But overall, I mean, Merco is just looking like he's in very much control of this match. Oh, landing the full 2-1-2. It's I mean, it's a nice knockdown. He did get to set up the spear buff. What is this? He's just jumping back.
Uh-oh, it's starting to build up though for Merco, isn't it? This is not... Oh, there's that clean buffer. Okay, that's good.
That was weird. That caught him out of like standing 4 or something. Gonna get the knockdown here. Oh, stops him out of the startup of teleport and actually corners himself. That's one issue with doing that jump kick in that combo, is it does put you in that weird like corpse hop cross up position. Oh, the teleport. That hits really weird if you only hit the second hit.
It does. It also looked a little bit like, would the Joker have even been launched high enough? By the time he broke away, he was barely on the floor.
I thought the exact same thing. I was thinking, could he even have gotten a full combo? And I don't know the answer to that. I don't know if it was just a breakaway that looked so early that it looked like he wasn't getting launched or what, but regardless, I would expect that we're probably going to see that at some other point in this set. So maybe we'll learn more then. Ooh. There's one, I don't want to say a disadvantage of Joker, but when you're at that super far range, it's very similar to Jade, where oftentimes you see people poking out with those highs. So when you do have a really far-reaching down 1 or a great down 4, and Scorpion has both of those, they can be really good challenges to that until he starts throwing out those like forward 1s, for example.
The jump game is going to be hard to challenge when he has meter to cancel. Something you've always got to show respect towards. Spear buff. Yo, the whip punish!
Who is optimal enough that they whip punish with a max range standing 4 into teleport? The answer to that question is Merco, who's going up 2-0 so quick in this pre-reset set. And like I was saying, it's the open series. For whatever reason, it feels like it doesn't matter who's in winners, right? There's gonna be a reset. It's gonna be a down 2-1 final set, and then that feels like that's where it starts. But I mean, hey, you know, that doesn't happen every single time, and Law Corridor has already won 1 set today with a 3-0 reverse comeback. So I don't know. It's possible, but I mean, Merco just looks super in control, right?
There is a chance that we're now going to see a variation swap from Law Corridor, though. I think that with the way things are going, that low shot is doing very little for him. And now we're looking at other alternatives. Thought about it, did think about it. So if we don't see it now, I mean, it's now or never when you're in the winner's bracket. Straight back in for the same one, so it will be low shot. Wonder what adaptations Law Corridor can try and make with this variation alone. Merco, we could be a couple of minutes later talking about how the reset bracket already comes through. One more set, and that's it. They're 1-1. That's what they'll be. Who's going to take the lead in the set for the first time?
Yeah, I do think that if there is a reset, there is a chance that we're going to see the leap instead of the gunshot, because so far the gunshot just hasn't worked out. But, you know, it did work out the first time that they played. It's just that Merco hasn't been in the same situations because he's just been controlling the pace of the match better. Oh no, big unsafe. Wow, so many people failing to punish teleport because they just don't expect Merco to throw out raw teleports, I think.
It's a regular occurrence in MK11 in general with Scorpion, because the gap between regular and amp is so strange that by the time you've realized he hasn't amped it and you want to punish, it's too late. And then he just blocks and recovers anyway. And if you try and punish it and the amp hits you, he gets a full launch and a full combo.
Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, he's got the corner. This is tough. Oh, great way to poke back. But yeah, when you get those absolute max range 2-1s, then you just never really get the opportunity to fully convert with Kapow, which is already by itself a really far special move, but it just shows how far away that normal can hit. Oh, great block on the overhead. He let it go! He let it go! No way! I don't know if that was an error or if that was the greatest read of all time. I'm just going to go ahead and say that it was the greatest read of all time. That was a weird way to make that comeback, but I mean, hey, if there's a way to do it, that's the way to do it.
It's certainly against the grain. The anti-air on that flawless block up two. Clean stuff again from Merco, and the confirm just on its own. You can't get anything else after that right now. With no meter, damage is going to be minimal. Law Corridor able to pretty much equalize in this round.
You know what the wildest thing about that situation is? He didn't dash cancel that fatal blow, and I looked to see if he had stamina. What kind of muscle memory is that? I'm moving back to like 6 years ago.
That's a
oh my
throwback.
gosh, I know. And just immediately I was like, well, of course, maybe that had to have been why he didn't dash cancel it, but
because he didn't use it straight away. I'm almost thinking that he slightly held it because of that. Because remember, every other time Law Corridor is cancelling the fatal blow, a down one from Merco happens instantly. Oh, but hang on a minute, he gets a game on the board all the same. We're sitting there talking about the fatal blow situation. This second round already came to a close, and even though there's still a reset game to be had, the chance of a reverse sweep can still be made here for Law Corridor, which would be the most comfortable way now to win a tournament. If you fight tooth and nail and we go into a game 5 and then you concede the reset, just can't burn out. We can't allow that burnout to happen. Not that he will, but Merco, I think, has a lot more stamina in tournament, as we've clearly seen.
Well, one big thing, though, I have to mention is that there were a lot of options chosen, especially starting with that weird delayed fatal blow, that are those... They're the options that you really want to pull out at the last moment in a set, right? Where you can use them once, and then past that, they're just not really useful because your opponent's going to read them, you're going to get punished super hard, or they're going to at least play safer. So the fact that he's using them now when he's already down 2 games in the pre-reset and could potentially get reset and then have to win another set means that he might be... I mean, it's a bit of a risk, right? To use all of those weird mix-ups you don't expect so quickly and then potentially have to go into another set. But that could be the start. That could be the start of the comeback. There could be just no reset at all. And we are not seeing the switch to Zero Rage quite yet. Oh wow, wasn't able to get the whiff punish. Went for a grab, maybe a back one right there would have reached.
That down 4 low profile, I mean, it's almost shades of watching Adaptation versus Merco with the sentry on down 4 constantly used to go under that high teleport. Oh, there's the wheelchair. Off it goes. Launch. A breakaway, though. Law Corridor going for a hard read. Wake up 3 gives him a grab situation at the very least, and just like that, Law Corridor taking the lead once more in this first round. Oh, and the challenge, he tried to wake up teleport out of there like an MKX.
Oh, wow. Imagine if there was teleport cancels on a wake up and invincible teleport. Oh, please, actually don't imagine that, please. Oh, but a dominant round, Merco. Sorry, Law Corridor is saying, "Hey, Merco, you're this is not a free reset for you yet. No way." Oh, that is a big down 4. One of the big issues with his down 4 is that it doesn't recover very quick on a whip at all. He does that full spin animation, so if you do it at the same time as a jump, very rarely do you ever recover in time to block, and that's exactly what we saw right there. And Merco says, you know what? I do want to reset this bracket. Not going to let your momentum stop me. Good patience from both. Oh no! Okay, no punish though. That's always a really unfortunate situation when the back 3 hops over. It's been happening a lot less, I feel like, but still happens sometimes. Merco's going to close that one out pretty solidly.
Now it's a reset point for Merco. Law Corridor, if he wins this round, we're going into a Game 5 pre-reset. The question is, are we even going to reach that point? Looks for a flawless block. The backup for Law Corridor. Some good chip on that low shot. Not really used as a projectile now. It is used specifically as an opportunity to just get that chip damage on deck. A forward grab, though, for Merco. Turn stealing down 3. Staggers.
Oh no! He actually could have got a full combo punish from that. That would have been one of the very few times that the back 3 going over their head was beneficial. However, I don't think either player was ready for that exactly. Neither time that it happened, both of them could have potentially got a punish, I think. Oh, nice.
Oh, the forward 3 on its own. You try and whip punish that, and it's so risky to do it because it recovers so quick. And hang on a minute, Merco. He's got more meter. He's going to cash out. No, Law Corridor. Can he pull off this comeback? Can he do it? No, he cannot. Reset has happened. And now it's one final set. 3 out of 5.
Yeah, I think that was a really big turning point, was this game in particular. I mean, obviously, being able to reset the bracket is a gigantic turning point, but it just, aside from the actual score, it seemed like, based on that last game, that Law Corridor was starting to gain back a lot of his momentum that he had the first time that they played, but it looked like Merco really found a way to stop it in its tracks, and I feel like going into this reset now, Merco might even have like a little bit of a mental advantage, right? Like at this point, maybe he's the one that is the kind of favorite to win. Back to, I guess, what was true at the start of the day. But will we see the jump? I actually didn't see. He picked too quick.
We'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on it. So Merco going in with the... But this is what's interesting to me. So when they fought in winners, the teleport cancel did nothing, and he changed to Searing Rage, and it gave him a game. It is super jump. You are correct. But in the grand finals, we went back to the reborn. So it's not player specific. It's not matchup specific. It seems to be however he's feeling in the set at the time. But that's what I find the most interesting, because normally with a lot of players, they'd have gone in with Searing, like with what happened before, they would have done Searing Rage like straight away in grand finals. They wouldn't have gone back to cancel, but Merco does. Oh, that tick is disgusting when it gives you a full launch.
Oh, and then the low stagger, but Law Corridor finding a spot. And yeah, that I still say, and I'll say it again, that is the best interactable in the game, I think. It leads to so many different mix-up situations and combo situations. It works on both hit and as a tick throw, and it just gives you so many combos. It gives you high damage, great Oki, it leads all the way to the corner. Everything about it really, really good. But it's only one-time use, which is a good thing. I'm just gonna put that out there. But Merco takes great advantage of it. Now he's got to fight out of the corner, though. Oh, good flawless block, but no option defensively, and the conversion goes for the spear, which is, of course, going to be the kill, so absolutely worth it. But it's going to put him a little bit back into that corner. Not where you want to be in Scorpion, so he's going to have to find a way out for this round.
Another good neutral jump read, and when he does a neutral jump kick, if it's Merco, you know there's a spear option select on the end of it in most cases. Big neutral duck though for Law Corridor. He's going to get himself a full combo. In this case, actually, not looking for a side twitch this time. He just wants to take the damage for what it is. Takes the minus frame. Ta-da!
Oh, wow. And using the honestly, the leap is good, and just the fact that it allows you to pressure after certain knockdowns that you normally couldn't, which is what we've been seeing Pickett for a lot. But oh no, big damage in the corner, no defensive bar. We're gonna see the 2-on-2 cash out for sure, and that is gonna take him down to just about nothing. Oh, look at that health melt away, and now we're at chip position, and for the first time, Merco up in this tournament. And now definitely the favorite. I mean, he is just looking complete control. He's got the momentum. Law Corridor needs to make some sort of adaptation. He's got to find something. Whatever it was that he had earlier, he needs to find that again.
There was a major element last time, maybe, of Merco playing into Law Corridor's hands too much. When we go back, and if you watch their winners bracket match, it was very much Law Corridor having his crispy reactions, flawless blocks, all the usual stuff that he's been bringing the A game with today. But at the same time, Merco being visibly very uncomfortable with everything. He was using teleports only as a detriment. It's why he changed to Searing Rage, because the teleports were not only not working, they were giving Law Corridor punishes and down ones or whatever it is. And that normally spells that Merco was, I don't want to say autopilot, but definitely uncomfortable and doing stuff that he normally wouldn't do. Whereas this, the patience is coming out, just looking for that opportune moment, that chance to react with a teleport this time. Cancel in this situation, it's not going to bag a giant punish for Joker. Like, it's a bit more optimized here, a bit more calculated, and Law Corridor needs to somehow stop this momentum that Merco is working with, which is easier said than done when we're almost 4 games straight. I know Law Corridor did win that first game, but that game was one-sided for Merco, absolutely.
Yeah, and like I said, so many of those like final moment in a set reads were already used up basically by Law Corridor. It's almost like they're like a crushing blow, but you can only use it once a set. But hey, okay, starting off strong so far. Definitely not going to be like losing composure as far as the set goes on. Oh,
Law Corridor's turn to get these big neutral jumps though, Chef. Look at that damage he's going to get every time. And the hard call out micro duck. I'll give him a first round, just shy of a flawless victory.
Well, that's definitely a good way to try and take the momentum back. I like the fact that Merco tried to get the side switching grab at the very end, just as a way to get out of the corner at least, but unfortunately wasn't able to. Now he's stuck here again. Oh, but another great interactable usage. It's gonna build him a lot of space, get him some Oki.
Expensive though. As now Merco sitting on no meter for anything at all, just about to build himself a spear, potentially. Oh, with punish!
Yeah, and like you said, no bar, so no possibility for breakaway, and the damage is just so gigantic from Joker if you don't have that ability. Good staggers. Oh, look at this, they're respecting each other so much! That fatal blow for sure.
Match your forward one with my back one. Take a load of this.
Yeah, we have seen so many good whiff punishes from Merco with that back one. Even on these strings, they're so hard to whiff punish. Like Joker, you know, like forward 2-1 on 2-3 or whatever it is. Yeah, or 2-1 I think it is. Yeah, just the whiff punishes have been amazing. But here we go, another big combo. No defensive bar. Breakaway. I like that, using the 4-3-4 knockdown advantage to build up the spear. Of course, is going to make him that much more threatening with a grab or with a hit. Either way. Oh, okay, good breakaway right there. It's actually going to prevent a ton of damage and Oki. If he'd broken after the Kapow hit, then he would have taken the forcible animation to Kapow.
Standing 2 Kapow from max distance looks like such a safe bet for the Joker. Oh, there's that confirm though. A full combo now, and there's no breakaway for Merco. This is going to do a lot. Ooh, the jump in. Oh! The raw down 2. Whatever that was a read on, it worked. And so, okay, definitely not over yet. This is tied up 1-1. I could see this go into a final game in the grand finals here. I wouldn't be surprised. And it's almost fitting. I think that we get this in open series all the time, not just in Europe, but in North America. It could very much happen later on today. But one game apiece, hard fought, but I like the fact that... So that first game post-reset was overwhelming on the side of Merco's offense. And that's when he has momentum, I said it almost sounds like vague to say like, oh, he's just got to stop the momentum. But with someone like Merco, it's really important to do that. Getting even a round when he's just dominated that previous game means so much, because it just means, right, I am in fact still in this grand finals, and it just re-cements to yourself that you have the opportunity to win. You know, you can win. There's still 1-1 in this this tournament, 1 set each.
Yeah, and just based on how Lock Corridor is as a player, I think he's so confidence-based. Like, maybe more than any other player in the Open Series, where you know that, like, he can be one of literally the best players in the entire region, or sometimes he could just not be playing very well at all that day. And it's not like he's necessarily changed his play style or anything like that. It just comes down to confidence and momentum and how much he gets to showboat and feel himself a little bit, you know. And I'm not sure what happened with the lobby, but we're definitely going to try to get back in there. But the point is that if he can even just win one round, especially if it's a dominant round, then maybe that will like bring him back up and make him play better in the next one. It's a lot about like having that momentum. And we find that a lot with a lot of, you know, we tend to call them, I think, like emotional players, where they really like play with their hearts on their sleeves, even if it's not necessarily like emotion per se. It's there with momentum.
So I believe Law Corridor was just taking a breather for a second. However, just in online lobby fashion, the countdown probably happened and it gave him Scorpion, because he was hovering over Scorpion at the time. So don't worry, this game is not a real one. We'll be jumping back into the next matchup. They would have just basically selected the character on automatically, and we'll just jump into the next match, which is probably going to be the same variation of Joker. Shout outs to Merco for giving us the quick match. Flawless victory. Yeah. Yo, grand finals, let's go.
Combo exhibition? Combo exhibition, Merco? All right, show us something cool. All right, standing 4, 1-1. All right.
Down 2, down 2, down 2, down 2. That's what I do. When I'm trying to end the match really quickly, you just do that. Look how quickly it goes, though. It does. Don't brutality. Wait, don't do another down 2. Yeah, thank you very much. Because it was probably going to give us the brutality and take longer.
The classic, as they call it. But yeah, actually, fun fact. Did some testing as to what kills fastest. I don't know if it's the same right now, but oftentimes stand 4s kill faster than down 2s if you're trying to just end a round like that, because it doesn't ever knock them down and it just instantly recovers and it does so much damage.
That's true.
That's the kind of nerd math that only comes into play in weird situations like that. I think we used to see a lot of those like online lobbies where the players would like, or there'd be like somebody who had like turbo on. I don't know if you remember that, but they'd have like turbo on and it would just automatically choose a character.
And it was the day before like skipping the queue, wasn't it?
Yeah,
they were like just had different workarounds back in the day before the lobbies had like the ability to go AFK and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but now Law Corridor has returned.
All right, good. As great as that Scorpion was looking, his non-button pressing Scorpion, we're actually going to see the return to the Batsy Pew Pew. So the jump, not really, I guess, coming into play. I feel like he didn't even try it that much. Wait, no, that doesn't make sense.
Wait, he used it once and then he lost. And then changed to this. He changed to this. Yeah, he changed to this variation and then won.
Okay,
so he's going in with the variation he had last time. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't even notice he switched to it. He's using the 1-bar like moves like almost, or sorry, not 1-bar, the 1-slot moves almost not at all, which is probably why he's switching back and forth so much between them. Just the base Joker with the Kapow is already just so much, right? It just controls the whole match. Speaking of, no breakaway. Oh, look at that, 330 into Oki.
No throw tech here, though. Scary game, trying to tech things on reaction here with Merco. Sticking out all those buttons. Ooh, that jump 3 doesn't quite hit its mark. Never mind, Merco going back into the infinite well of grabs.
Yeah, that's pretty risky, though. We've seen Lock Corridor read so many grabs so well this tournament. Oh, such an instant reaction. And that's what we saw in the first set of the day from Lock Corridor against Merco. So it looks like he's starting to wake up again, too. And now, this is where the set gets really interesting, when both players are really starting to play at their best.
Fatal blow on both sides. We're just looking for that one all-important hit, but honestly, with the way things are going, it might not even come down to a fatal blow. Law Corridor just shy of 16%. The cancel, and that does create the situation. I love to see that. You just cancel it to just put it on the cooldown, and it I mean, it's a scary situation to deal with, Chef. That 30% forward throw, the fact that with Kapow, any button confirm into it. Oh, there's the interrupt.
Yeah, and that's another downside of using the Batsubuku, the low projectile, just for Chip, is it does have a pretty slow startup, so you do need to have a lot of respect to use it on blocking situations like that. And you can see how much he paid for it just trying it one single time, and already this is like an 80% life lead going into... Actually, I don't know about that breakaway. That was pretty risky. When you're at this low life, yeah, now that just means you're going into round 3 with no defensive bar, and that is not an easy position, especially when you're cornered.
Potentially a critical error was that breakaway. Just about a build 1 bar, sure, but Merco, if he gets that spear buff, which he has just given himself, do not get hit. That's going to be the objective.
Oh, weird, but committing to the full string was a very smart choice right there from Merco. Otherwise, that would have been for sure a whiff punish. And look at this, we're starting to see patient Merco. Wow, that was such a far range grab, and he cashes out on the damage over time crushing blow. Look at this, he's just waiting for a whiff punish opportunity. He gets one, and this damage is adding up. Oh, no full conversion.
Another reversal grab. I do like reversal grab after 1-1-2 because it's such a common flawless block bait for Scorpion players to do against you.
Oh, look at his patience. Merco has completely changed his play style. Oh, he's going to get the full combo here. Just going to get a normal knockdown, of course. Already used the 2-1-2 crushing blow. But, oh, gets the 1-1-2. And Merco, this is so scary. When Merco starts playing as patient as he's playing, we have seen him pull off the win almost every single time. It just shows that he somehow has control of the matchup. And once he switches to it too, I mean, you know, this has been a very aggressive set on both sides, even since before the reset. But now suddenly we have to see a totally different adaptation coming out of Law Corridor right when it looked like he was starting to gain control again himself. And now this is one game away from Merco pulling off the comeback and pulling off the win. But Law Corridor, yeah, he has to find something to deal with his patience. I'm not sure if it's going to be the leap again. Oh, okay, yes. Unexpected.
So Law Corridor has got other characters that he's been known to pick in tournament. I've seen the Cage from him before. We know he's got a Jackie. He's played Fujin in the past. It used to be his temporary solution, I think, for Cetrion until he started experimenting with the super jump for the Joker. But I feel like winning these 4 tournaments straight here in Open Series alone, it says a lot about Merco and the kind of drive I think he has right now. Because recently sponsored by Rise Gaming, he's been, I think, their most successful player since they acquired him, and it's one of the first times Merco has had a sponsorship, I think, as a player. He's not been the kind of player that has often been sponsored, and I think it's given him almost a bit more drive to perfect his game. And I mean, lo and behold, he's on the verge of winning 4 straight tournaments here in Open Series against the caliber of players we have. No easy feat by any stretch.
Oh yeah, but right now he's gonna have to get through this Johnny Cage first, actually putting in some work. Oftentimes when we do see Law Corridor switch, it's pretty much a desperation pick. You know, not afraid to say that, and I'm surprised that he did switch, honestly. The Joker has been doing pretty well, but hey, here we go. Oh no meter at all, so actually I guess that was...
I'm pretty sure Law Corridor has pissed off though, so I don't know why he didn't use it there.
Yeah, me neither, but hey, he's gonna find the first round win. Maybe this is gonna be the pick that works out. Weird, but it's not one that I think we've ever really seen him go to an Open Series. Maybe like once before, but I don't think it's Johnny's won.
Spending both bars on that, actually, just for the side switch alone. Damage and side switch combined, 26%. Doesn't sound like a lot, but when it comes to what he's working on now, corner pressure, back-to-back buttons plus frames. Expecting you to press, but not quite. Back one being respected. Uh-oh.
Oh. Manages to fight out. Oh, still here, though. Oh, that's rough. Gonna go for the restand? No, gonna go for the full combo.
Breaker. That is risky business, breaking at that point. Oh, and a short hop as well. Merco puts himself on tournament point. But what I'm worried about, Chef, is that significant lack of defensive bar for Law Corridor.
Yeah, and we saw the same thing in the last game that they played. A really late, risky breaker, and leading into no defensive bar is huge. I did get word that there's 0% win rate for Johnny Cage right now in the Open Series this year, which is our own broadcast at least, which is tough. But hey, this could be the first. You know, this is not looking over yet. I mean, life lead technically for Law Corridor still, and the corner, which as we know, Johnny Cage is the corner character, maybe.
I like the down one off that forward 3-4 in the corner. The pushback creates such a weird situation, but that down one can be a really good tool. However, caught trying to teleport. Almost worked out. Lord Corridor whiffs! And a full combo now. Merco double.
Not gonna go for the double reset in the 2-1-2. What a good conversion! That's a lot of damage now. No defensive bar for Merco, and Johnny Cage picking up his first win this year in the Open Series, first game win, but more importantly, tying things up to a Game 5 in the Grand Finals. All right, so now the question arises: will we see this teleport cancel variation, or will it be back to Searing Rage? What do you think?
Ooh. So the teleport cancel, the teleport is still a major factor of this matchup. However, the stagger game is really good too. So the question will be in this final match, what specific tool does Merco value more? Does he think he's going to get more out of the teleport, or does he think that stagger game is where the secret lies? In this case, a little bit of both. The original, he's been rocking. I think he's thinking about it. No, he is. Hey, look. A lot of the damage he dealt out there, Chef, came from that stagger game, and now with this variation instead, he's going to get more of that. And that's all there is to it.
Yeah, I mean, the damage that he gets and his ability to chip out, which actually comes into play a lot. He very often leaves people at that, like, one hit away from death scenario. And I think that's going to be really important. I mean, we've already seen how well he plays Searing Rage and how much it comes into play. So really, it's just all about what he's feeling for this moment. And we'll see if the Johnny Cage pick, if the Johnny Cage pick wins 2 in a row, I would be super surprised. But hey, it managed to win 1 already.
That's a punish. Definitely was an accident.
Yeah, that's rough. That's such an unsafe interactable. I always wondered why that was so unsafe, but look at that, landing a full combo into a grab.
Already prepared for the down one challenge, though. Normally, Merco is the one that's able to get that down one snuck out there. A lot of people aren't ready, but clearly Lord Corridor is. Bit of a shaky start for him, though.
Yeah, the spear buff coming out is even bigger in this variation than it is in the one with the teleport cancel.
Oh, regular jumping punch. That's how you know you've got them conditioned to watch out for your jump 3. Oh, this is what I'm talking about. The stagger game. Lots of down ones. Oh my lord.
Oh, that was a great breakaway.
Oh, minus into button press. That's going to get eaten up for breakfast by that forward 3. Merco on tournament point. Lord Corridor got to get it together. This is make or break.
Yeah, I almost wonder if he was like more playing from when that was plus, you know, just kind of as like muscle memory. But oh no, crushing blow. You have to break away there, but that means no defensive bar. That means there might be enough space to set up the spear buff, although maybe he's baiting up all the backspace 4-3-2. Is that a zoning tool, question mark? But look at that damage. It's even more, just even from that final hit, 370, but okay, this is a good start. Double down 2, gonna deal as much damage as possible on that breakaway.
KB already spent, however, it will give him the spear buff. Stagger game once more, the down 1 just in case. Down 1 of his own plus frames, that's how he's expecting a button press of some kind here from Lord Corridor. Ooh, both projectiles hitting. Are we going to go into a final round? Not quite. The dashing grab, that's going to hurt as well. Last chance for Lord Corridor.
The counter poke. Oh, he challenges again off the cancel, and that's gonna be it. Merco, after getting knocked in the lower bracket by Lord Corridor, is gonna make it all the way back and be the 4-time champion. No friendship. This is serious. This is a serious win.
God, we forget just how cool that fatality is, don't we? Merco getting himself 4 straight tournaments, and at this point becoming what's got to be the most dominant European player in Open Series history. And this is his recent climb to power. The fact that he's always been good, but this is just looking like a new player entirely. That was loser's bracket too. You know, he had to, after a dominant win that Lord Corridor took against him in winners, running it back, getting the reset, and then in the end of things, that changed to Searing Rage in a game 5. That was one hell of a sequence. Good show.